Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today, I am talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is Summits of the Unseen, the Trailblazers Chronicle. Summits of the Unseen, the Trailblazers Chronicle, the Enchanted Forest. As our intrepid traveler ventured deeper into the uncharted wilderness, the landscape transformed. The dense canopy of ancient trees enveloped the trail, casting dappled shadows on the moss-covered ground. Each step felt like a whisper in the forest's secret language, a language only the bravest souls could decipher. The air hummed with magic, the leaves whispered secrets, and the roots seemed to reach out, urging the traveler forward. The path twisted and turned, leading to places no map had ever marked. The traveler's heart raced with anticipation. What lay beyond the next bend? What hidden wonders awaited discovery? The Guardian of the Lost Lake 1. Misty morning, the traveler stumbled upon a crystal-clear lake nestled in a hollow. Its waters mirrored the sky, and legends spoke of its healing properties. But the lake was guarded. A mystical creature, half woman and half swan, watched over it. Her name was Ilara, and her eyes held the wisdom of ages. Ilara sang haunting melodies that echoed through the forest. She tested the traveler's resolve, asking riddles and demanding tales of courage. Only those with unwavering hearts could approach the water's edge. And so, our traveler shared stories of resilience. The blacksmith who forged a sword from tears, the orphan who planted hope in barren soil, and the sailor who navigated storms to find a lost star. Moved by these tales, Ilara granted the traveler a single sip from the lake. The water tasted like forgotten dreams and newfound strength. Wounds healed and weariness lifted. But Ilara warned, "Choose your path wisely, for the lake's magic comes with a price." The Summit of Whispers. Beyond the enchanted forest, the trail ascended steeply. The air grew thin, and the traveler's breaths echoed like distant whispers. The summit was said to hold the answers, the culmination of all quests, the convergence of past and future. As the traveler climbed, memories surfaced, the faces of loved ones, the weight of unfulfilled promises, the scars of battles fought. Yet, with each step, determination replaced doubt. The summit was within reach. At the peak, the traveler stood alone, surrounded by swirling mists. A figure materialized, a spectral guide who spoke in riddles. "To see the unseen," it said, "you must close your eyes and listen." The traveler obeyed. In darkness, they heard the heartbeat of the world, the struggles, the triumphs, the quiet courage of everyday heroes. The summit revealed itself, a tapestry woven from countless threads of resilience, stitched together by the hands of those who dared to dream. And so the traveler became a part of the chronicle, a trailblazer who left footprints on the peaks of the unseen. Their hearts swelled with gratitude, knowing that courage was not the absence of fear, but the audacity to climb despite it. Certainly. Let's delve into the captivating tale of Summits of the Unseen, the Trailblazers Chronicle. Summits of the Unseen, the Trailblazers Chronicle synopsis. In the heart of the Himalayas, where jagged peaks pierce the sky and ancient glaciers guard their secrets, lies a treacherous path known only to a select few, the Trailblazers Chronicle. This elusive trail winds through hidden valleys, across icy crevasses, and up sheer rock faces, leading to summits that defy imagination. The Climbers. 1. Daniel Paul Patterson. A seasoned British mountaineer with a fire in his eyes and a heart that beats for adventure. His determination knows no bounds, and he dreams of conquering the world's highest peaks. Daniel's past is shrouded in mystery, a tragedy that drove him to seek solace in the mountains. 2. Pas Tenji Sherpa. a young Sherpa guide, born amidst the towering giants of Nepal. Pas embodies the spirit of his ancestors, the legendary climbers who paved the way for generations to come. His unwavering loyalty to the mountains and their secrets binds him to the Trailblazers' chronicle. The Quest, 8K Expeditions. A team of intrepid adventurers led by the enigmatic Bolivian climber David Hugo Ayaviri Quispe. Their mission? To unravel the mysteries of the Trailblazers' chronicle. Armed with ice axes, oxygen tanks, and unwavering resolve, they set forth. The tragedy. On a fateful morning, as dawn painted the peaks in hues of gold, Daniel and Pas reached the summit of Everest. Triumph turned to turmoil as an ice mound broke off near the south summit, sweeping climbers down the northern slope. Daniel and Pas lost contact during the descent, swallowed by the unforgiving Kangshung face. Eyewitnesses reported the incident between Summit Ridge and South Summit, a place where the wind howls and the air thins to nothingness. Summits of the Unseen, the Trailblazers' Chronicle, continued. The quest for answers. As the sun dipped behind the snow-capped peaks, the surviving members of 8K Expeditions huddled in their makeshift base camp. Their faces etched with exhaustion and determination, they vowed to unravel the mysteries that clung to the Trailblazers' chronicle like frost on a window pane. 1. David Hugo Ayaviri. Quispe. The enigmatic Bolivian climber, David, stood at the heart of the quest. His eyes held secrets, perhaps glimpses of the unseen summits. David had lost friends to the unforgiving mountains before, but this mission was personal. 2. Elena Whisper Petrova, a Russian geologist with a penchant for deciphering ancient scripts. Elena believed that the trail held clues, etched into rocks, whispered by winds, and hidden in the ice. Her fingers traced the faded inscriptions on a weathered tablet. To reach the summit, one must first find the courage within. The hidden caves, Pasang Sherpa, still recovering from frostbite, shared a cryptic tale. Beyond the south summit, he said, lies a network of hidden caves. These caves were said to house relics, the keys to unlocking the Trailblazers' chronicle. Pasang's eyes held a mix of fear and wonder as he recounted tales of glowing crystals, ancient maps, and voices carried by the wind. Daniel's vision. In fevered dreams, Daniel Paul Patterson saw visions. He stood atop an unseen summit, the air thin and electric. A figure materialized, a spectral guide with eyes like starlight. The trail is not only physical, the guide whispered. It winds through memories, regrets, and the echoes of lost climbers. The resilient canvas. Eleanor's geologist instincts kicked in. She studied the rocks, the striations, and the way the glaciers carved the landscape. The mountains, she mused, are a canvas, a testament to resilience. Each layer told a story. The weight of eons, the scars of avalanches, and the courage of those who dared to ascend. Eleanor vowed to paint this canvas with words, capturing the essence of summits of the unseen. The forgotten manuscript. As the team ascended the north face, they encountered a narrow ledge, a precarious path carved into the rock. Here, the wind howled with a haunting melody, and the air seemed to shimmer with ancient whispers. 1. Eleanor's discovery. Eleanor, her gloved fingers tracing the icy surface, stumbled upon a hidden recess. Within, she found a leather-bound manuscript, the ink faded, the pages brittle. The language was unfamiliar, yet its essence resonated with her soul. 2. The lost language. David studied the script, his mountaineer's heart racing. "This isn't Nepali," he said, "nor any known language." Pasang, still nursing frostbitten toes, squinted at the characters. "It's the language of the unseen," he murmured. "The glyphs of courage." The manuscript revealed glyphs, symbols that danced across the pages like snowflakes caught in a storm. Each glyph held a story. The glyph of the first ascent. A climber, arms outstretched, reaching for the sky. The glyph of the broken rope. A frayed line, unraveling against a backdrop of jagged peaks. The glyph of the resilient heart. A beating heart encased in ice, veins branching toward summits unknown. Daniel's vision revisited. Daniel's fevered dreams intensified. He saw the spectral guide again, the one with eyes like starlight. "The glyphs," the guide whispered, "are keys to the unseen summits." "But what do they unlock?" Daniel asked. The guide's laughter echoed. "Not the peaks, my friend. The courage within." The descent into memory. Elena deciphered more glyphs. The glyph of the avalanche, a cascade of white, frozen in time. The glyph of the lost climbers, figures fading into mist. The glyph of the echo, a sound wave rippling through eternity. "We're not just climbing," Elena said. "We're descending into memory," the final glyph. At the summit, where the air thinned to whispers, they found the last glyph. It depicted a climber, face obscured, hands gripping the edge of the world. Beneath, a single word: courage. The unseen summit. As dawn painted the peaks, the team stood atop the unseen summit. The glyphs blazed with an otherworldly light, merging into the fabric of the mountains. Daniel and Pasang were there, their names etched into the stone. The spectral guide materialized one last time. "You've unlocked the trail," it said. "Now find the courage to live it." Summary. In the heart of the Himalayas lies the elusive Trailblazers' Chronicle, a treacherous path known only to a select few. Daniel, a seasoned British mountaineer, and Paz, a young Sherpa guide, embark on a mission to unravel its mysteries. Along the way, they discover ancient glyphs, hidden caves, and the language of courage. Legends say that those who descend from the unseen summit carry a piece of eternity within them, forever bound to the mountains. Summits of the Unseen invites us to explore not only the peaks, but also the depths within ourselves.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today I'm talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is Unveiling Shadows, an inspiring story of transformation. So let's start.
Shadows into Sunlight is a tale of transformation and hope. It follows the journey of Anaya, a young woman who has been living in the metaphorical shadows of her past. She's been grappling with the loss of her family in a tragic accident, which left her world dark and devoid of color. Anaya's life is a routine of going through the motions until one day, she meets an old painter named Arun in the park. Arun paints only with shades of gray, claiming he lost the ability to see color when he lost his will to live. Their bond forms over shared grief and a mutual understanding of loss. As their friendship deepens, Arun begins to notice subtle hues in the twilight sky, the first signs of color returning to his world. Inspired by Anaya's resilience, he starts to incorporate these newfound colors into his paintings. Meanwhile, Anaya finds solace in Arun's company and his art. She starts to see her own shadows not as places to hide, but as contrasts that make the light more evident. With each stroke of color Arun adds to his canvas, Anaya feels a piece of her own world brighten. The climax of the story occurs during a special art exhibition where Arun unveils his masterpiece, a vibrant painting titled Shadows into Sunlight. The artwork depicts a lone figure stepping out of the darkness and into a burst of sunlight, surrounded by a spectrum of colors. In that moment, Anaya realizes the figure in the painting is her, and the sunlight represents the love, joy, and color she's allowed back into her life. The story concludes with Anaya and Arun looking at the painting, no longer just survivors of their pasts, but thriving individuals who found a way to turn their deepest sorrows into beauty and hope. Shadows into Sunlight is a poignant reminder that even in our darkest moments, there is potential for growth and beauty. And that sometimes it takes another person to help us see the light that's always been there. As the exhibition comes to a close, Anaya and Arun find themselves standing before the painting, lost in its colors that tell their story of healing. The gallery around them buzzes with admirers, but for them, the world has narrowed down to this single frame where shadows dance with light. In the days that follow, Arun's artwork becomes the talk of the town, and Anaya finds herself at the center of a story that inspires many. People who've seen the darkness now look up to her as a beacon of hope. She starts to receive letters and messages from strangers sharing their own tales of sorrow and finding solace in her journey. Moved by the impact of their shared experience, Anaya and Arun decide to collaborate on a project they call the Spectrum Initiative. They organize workshops and art therapy sessions for those who've lost their way in the shadows. Together, they create a safe space where pain is acknowledged, shared, and transformed into something tangible and beautiful. Arun teaches the art of finding colors in the gray, while Anaya shares her story, showing that it's possible to step into the sunlight again. Their initiative quickly grows, touching lives beyond their city, spreading across the country. One evening, as they wrap up a session, a young boy approaches Anaya with a drawing. It's a simple scene, a girl holding hands with an older man, both stepping out from a dark forest into a bright clearing. "That's you and Mr. Aaron?" he says shyly. "You helped my mom find her colors again." Tears well up in Anaya's eyes as she looks at the drawing, then at Aaron, who's watching them with a gentle smile. In that moment, she realizes that their story has come full circle. From the depths of their despair, they've not only found their own way back to light, but have also become the lighthouse for others lost at sea. Shadows into Sunlight is no longer just their story. It's a movement, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and a reminder that even the longest night will give way to the dawn. Months turned into years, and the Spectrum Initiative blossomed into a global movement. Anaya and Arun's story had sown seeds of change in every corner of the world, sprouting communities where once there was isolation. Anaya, now a renowned speaker and author, published her memoir, From Shadows to Sunlight, detailing her journey with Arun and the countless lives they've touched. The book became a beacon for those navigating their own darkness, offering a map to find their way back to light. Arun, whose art had ignited the spark of this transformation, dedicated his time to mentoring young artists. His studio was a kaleidoscope of emotions, each canvas a step on the path from grief to peace. He often said, "Art is not just about creating beauty, it's about sharing the soul's journey." Their initiative had evolved into an annual festival called The Color of Hope, where people from various backgrounds gathered to share stories, art, and music. It was a celebration of life's spectrum, from the deepest blues to the brightest yellows. During one such festival, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the gathering, Anaya stood on the stage. She looked out at the sea of faces, each carrying a story, each a testament to the power of human connection. She began to speak, her voice steady and clear. "Every one of us has known shadows, but together, we've discovered that there is no shadow without light. We are here today because we chose to step into the sunlight, not alone, but hand in hand, heart in heart." The crowd erupted in applause, but Anaya's eyes were on a figure making his way through the throng. It was Arun, his hair now silvered with time, his face lined with the wisdom of years. He carried a painting, covered with a cloth. Reaching the stage, he unveiled the painting. It was a breathtaking panorama of the festival, with Anaya at its heart, surrounded by faces filled with joy and colors that seemed to leap from the canvas.
Years since the of Hope Festival, and the legacy of Anaya and Arun's movement had woven itself into the fabric of society. Their story, once a beacon for the lost, had become a guiding light for the world. Anaya had echoed through halls and hearts, decided it was time to pass the torch. She established the Sunlight Scholarship, a program to support young leaders who studied the principles of the initiative. Scholarship provided resources for these young visionaries to bring light into dark corners of the world, continuing the work she and Arun had begun. Arun, whose hand painted 1,000 stars to set his brushes down, he turned his studio into a museum, a place where people could witness the journey from shadows to sunlight through the art that had captured it. The museum became a pilgrimage site for seeking inspiration, and spent his days sharing stories behind each piece. As Anaya and Arun grew older, they watched their initiative evolve beyond them. The Spectrum Initiative sparked a global conversation about health, grief, and it was no longer just about art. It had become a holistic approach to wellness, integrating therapy, community support, and creative expression. One day, during a quiet morning at arrived for was from a young girl living in a distant land where the sun was just a faint glow on the horizon. She wrote of how Anaya's book had found its way to her village, and how Arun's painting, replicated a local exhibition, had lit up her imagination. The girl spoke of her dream to bring color of hope to her own people, the light she had found in their story. Touched by her words, Arun knew this was the beginning of a new chapter. He reached out to Anaya, and together they decided to embark on one project.
In the twilight of their years, Anaya and Arun watched as the seeds they had planted grew into a forest of hope. Their story, a legend whispered in the wind. The Sunlight Scholarship had ignited a new generation of leaders, and the museum stood as a testament to the transformative power of art and empathy. The girl from the distant village, now a young woman, had become a symbol of the movement's reach. Her own Color of Hope festival was a vibrant tapestry of culture and resilience, drawing people from across the globe. She had taken Anaya and Arun's message and woven it into the fabric of her community, creating a mosaic of change. As the world continued to spin, the legacy of Shadows into Sunlight found its way into classrooms, where children learned about emotional literacy through Anaya's memoirs. It was discussed in boardrooms, where CEOs implemented wellness programs inspired by Arun's teachings. It was felt in the quiet moments of reflection, where individuals found strength in their stories. Anaya and Arun, now content to observe the ripples of their life's work, decided to write one last chapter together, a book that would capture the essence of their journey and the countless lives that had intersected with theirs. They called it The Infinite Spectrum, a narrative that spanned beyond their lifetimes, a chronicle of humanity's endless capacity for healing and growth. The book's release was celebrated worldwide, with festivals of light commemorating its message. From the lanterns released into the night sky to the candles lit in silent solidarity, the world glowed with the warmth of their story. In the final pages of The Infinite Spectrum, Anaya wrote, "We are all artists of our own lives, painting with the colors of our experiences. Our canvas is infinite, our palette ever-changing. And though we may start with shadows, there is always room for sunlight." Arun's last painting, a companion piece to the book, was a mural that spanned an entire city block. It depicted a tree with roots deep in shadow and branches reaching high into the light, its leaves a myriad of colors. each one representing a story, a life, a lesson learned. Anaya's journey of self-discovery continues as she delves deeper into the world of painting under Dev's mentorship. Each brushstroke becomes a conversation with her inner self, and every canvas tells a story of her evolving perspective. Dev's studio, once a place of solitude, now resonates with the laughter and chatter of a newfound friendship. As the monsoon season arrives, the pitter-patter of raindrops inspires Anaya to create a masterpiece that reflects her transformation. She titles it Shadows into Sunlight, a vivid portrayal of a dark, stormy sky, clearing up to reveal the warm, golden hues of the sun. The day comes when Anaya decides to showcase her work in an exhibition. The local community gathers, intrigued by the buzz around the young artist who turned her life around. Among the crowd, Anaya spots familiar faces, her family, who had been estranged by the shadows of her past. They stand in awe, not just of her art, but of her courage to step into the sunlight. Shadows into Sunlight becomes more than just a painting. It symbolizes hope, healing, and the beauty of second chances. Anaya's story encourages others to seek their sunlight, no matter how deep their shadows may seem. As Anaya's exhibition comes to a close, the impact of her work begins to ripple through her community. The story of her transformation, embodied in her art, inspires others to confront their own shadows. The exhibition becomes a sanctuary for shared stories, a place where people come together not just to admire art, but to connect and heal. Moved by the response, Anaya and Dev decide to turn the studio into a community art center, the Sunlight Space. Here, people from all walks of life can learn to express themselves through art. The center becomes a beacon of creativity and support, fostering a sense of belonging and community spirit. Months pass, and the Sunlight Space thrives. Anaya's story is featured in local newspapers, and she becomes a symbol of hope. Her journey encourages her to reconnect with her roots, and she starts a project to bring art to underprivileged areas, believing everyone deserves a chance to turn their shadows into sunlight. Anaya's transformation is now complete. From a solitary figure engulfed by darkness to a radiant soul spreading light, she has not only changed her life, but also ignited a spark of change in others. Shadows into Sunlight is no longer just Anaya's story. It's a movement, a testament to the power of art and the human spirit to overcome and shine.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today, I'm talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is Whispers of Resilience, Unlocking Resilience, Whispers of Empowerment Exposed. So let's start.
Sentence. He painted the resilience of the human spirit, the silent strength that often went unnoticed. His latest piece was a masterpiece called The Whispering Tree. It depicted a barren tree in the midst of a storm, standing tall while the winds threatened to uproot it. The leaves may have been gone, but the promise of life remained. Chapter 2. Mira's Struggle. Mira's day began before the sun rose and ended long after it had set. She was a mother, a fighter, a survivor. With her husband gone and 2 little mouths to feed, she worked tirelessly. Her jobs were many: a maid in the morning, a cook in the afternoon, and a seamstress by night. Yet, in her children's laughter, she found the energy to keep going. Her resilience was her gift to them, a legacy more precious than any wealth. Chapter 3. Rohan's Wisdom. Rohan was the old man who sat on the park bench every evening, feeding the pigeons and watching the world go by. He had seen much in his years: joy, sorrow, and the endless cycle of life. To the children, he was a grandfather figure, his stories a window to the past. To the adults, he was a reminder that even the frailest bodies could house the strongest souls. His gentle words were often lost in the wind, but their impact was felt deeply by those who took a moment to listen. Chapter 4. The Whispers. Grow. As the days passed, Arav's whispering tree became a symbol of hope. People came from all over to see it, to feel the power of persistence. Mira would bring her children, telling them that they too were like the tree, capable of withstanding any storm. Rohan would nod in approval, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of the ages. The whispers of resilience grew louder, weaving through the lives of the people, binding them in solidarity. They were different, yet the same, each a thread in the fabric of the city, each a note in the symphony of survival. Epilogue: The Echoes of Resilience. The story of Whispers of Resilience is a reminder that in the quietest moments, the human spirit speaks the loudest. It's a celebration of the unsung, the ordinary, the steadfast. In every corner of the world there are stories like these, waiting to be told, waiting to inspire. This story can be expanded further, exploring the lives of Arav, Mira, Rohan, and others who join the chorus of resilience. If you have specific aspects or characters you'd like to focus on, please share, and I can weave them into the fabric of this tale. Whispers of Resilience is a tale that unfolds in the quiet corners of a bustling city, where the soft murmurs of courage echo through the lives of those who refuse to be silenced by adversity. It's a narrative that celebrates the indomitable spirit of individuals who, despite facing the relentless storms of life, stand firm with a quiet strength that ripples through their community. In this story, we meet Arav, a young artist whose hands weave magic on the canvas, capturing the essence of resilience in every stroke. His journey is not one of loud declarations or grand gestures, but of persistent whispers that speak volumes. Arav's art becomes a beacon of hope for many, a silent testament to the power of perseverance. As the narrative progresses, we encounter a tapestry of characters, each with their own battles, yet all connected by the shared thread of tenacity. There's Mira, the single mother who juggles multiple jobs to provide for her children, her resolve never wavering. There's Rohan, the elderly gentleman whose wisdom and kindness uplift those around him, proving that resilience can also be gentle and nurturing. Whispers of Resilience is not just a story. It's an ode to the unsung heroes who face life's challenges with a quiet bravery. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound strength lies not in the roar, but in the whisper that says, "I will try again tomorrow." This story could be expanded into a novel, a series of short stories, or adapted into a screenplay, each medium offering a unique avenue to explore the depths of resilience in its many forms. If you're looking for a specific format or have a particular direction in mind for this story, feel free to let me know, and I can tailor the content accordingly. Whispers of the Resilient could be a tale that celebrates the indomitable spirit of those who face adversity with courage and determination. Here's a brief narrative inspired by the title. In the quaint village of Serenity, nestled between verdant hills and whispering streams, the people were known for their unwavering resilience. Life here was not without its challenges. The land was often unyielding, and the seasons could turn from friend to foe in the blink of an eye. Yet the villagers faced each day with a steadfast heart. Among them was a young girl named Arya, whose voice had the power to soothe the weary and uplift the downtrodden. She sang not of sorrow, but of hope, her melodies a testament to the enduring strength of her community. The story begins on a crisp autumn morning, as a fierce storm loomed on the horizon. The villagers, seasoned by many such tempests, prepared as they always did, securing their homes and gathering in the town hall for shelter. But this storm was different. It raged with a fury that threatened to uproot the very foundations of Serenity. As the night drew on and the storm's wrath intensified, Arya stood among her people, her voice rising above the howl of the wind. She sang of the rivers that would swell but not break their banks, of the trees that would bend but not snap, and of the hearts that would quake but not shatter. Her song became a beacon, a rallying cry that resonated with the core of every villager. Together they braced against the storm, their spirits unbroken, their resolve unshaken. When dawn finally broke, the storm had passed, leaving Serenity scarred but standing. The villagers emerged to a world washed anew, their bonds fortified by the trials they had endured together. Whispers of the Resilient is a story of unity and triumph, a reminder that even the softest whispers can swell into a chorus of strength when spoken with conviction. It is a celebration of the human spirit, ever capable of weathering the storms of life. In the quiet town of Serampore, where the Ganges gently meanders, there lived a young girl named Ananya. Her story, Whispers of Resilience, is a tale of quiet strength and the power of perseverance. Ananya was not born into an easy life. Her family struggled to make ends meet, and from a young age she learned the value of hard work. Despite the challenges, Ananya carried a light within her that no hardship could dim. She found solace in the whispers of the wind, the rustling leaves, and the gentle lapping of the river's waves. They spoke to her of hope, of endurance, and of the promise that tomorrow held. As she grew, so did her dreams. Ananya wanted to study, to rise above her circumstances, and to give back to the community that had raised her. She spent nights under the dim glow of a single bulb, poring over her books, her mind as sharp as the flickering light that fought against the darkness. The whispers of resilience became her mantra. When the monsoons flooded her home, she helped rebuild. When illness struck her family, she cared for them. And when doubt crept into her heart, she remembered the whispers and forged ahead. Ananya's resilience was not a loud roar, but a soft murmur that grew with each passing day. It was in her unwavering gaze, her steady hands, and her determined steps. The town began to take notice, and soon, her story inspired others. Ananya became a symbol of hope, a testament to the fact that resilience need not be a shout across the rooftops. Sometimes, it's the quiet strength that speaks the loudest. Whispers of Resilience is not just Ananya's story. It's the story of many who face life's storms and emerge stronger. It's a reminder that resilience is often found in the quietest of places, waiting to be heard by those who listen closely. Whispers of Resilience is a narrative that encapsulates the journey of Ananya, a young girl from Serampore, who becomes a beacon of hope and determination. The story unfolds in a town by the Ganges, where Ananya's life is marked by economic hardship and the daily struggle of her family. Despite these challenges, she embodies an unwavering spirit of resilience. The essence of the story lies in Ananya's internal fortitude. She finds comfort and motivation in the natural elements around her, the wind, the leaves, and the river. These elements whisper messages of hope and endurance, fueling her resolve to pursue her education and dreams. Ananya's resilience is depicted through her actions during adversities, such as rebuilding her home after floods and caring for her sick family members. Her perseverance is quiet yet powerful, not a forceful declaration, but a steady presence that gradually inspires her community. The story serves as a metaphor for the strength found in silence and persistence. It's a reminder that resilience isn't always about grand gestures. Often, it's the subtle, steadfast courage that carries one through life's challenges. Ananya's tale is a universal one, reflecting the potential for inner strength that resides within everyone, waiting to be harnessed in times of need. Certainly. The story Whispers of Resilience revolves around Ananya, a girl from Serampore, who symbolizes the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity. It's a fictional account that highlights the following themes. 1. Resilience. Ananya's life is filled with challenges, yet she remains resilient. Her ability to bounce back from setbacks, like the monsoon floods and family illnesses, showcases her inner strength. 2. Inspiration. Ananya's determination and hard work inspire her community. Her story demonstrates how one person's resilience can motivate others to overcome their own struggles. 3. Hope and perseverance. The natural elements around Ananya whisper messages of hope and encourage her to persevere. This signifies that even in tough times there are signs and messages that can help us stay strong and hopeful. 4. Quiet strength. The narrative emphasizes that true strength doesn't always manifest loudly. Ananya's resilience is a soft murmur, a quiet force that grows stronger with time and becomes a source of inspiration for others. 5. Universal struggle and triumph. While the story is about Ananya, it represents the universal struggle against life's hardships and the triumph of the human spirit. In essence, Whispers of Resilience is a metaphorical tale that encourages readers to find strength in silence and persistence, reminding us that resilience is often found in the quietest of places and moments. It's a story that resonates with anyone who has faced difficulties and emerged stronger, offering a message of hope and the power of the human spirit to endure and thrive. The story Whispers of Resilience is a fictional narrative that follows the life of Ananya, a girl from Serampore, India. It's a story that highlights the theme of resilience, which is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. Here's a breakdown of the story's key elements. 1. Setting. The story is set in Serampore, a town known for its scenic beauty along the Ganges River. 2. Protagonist. Ananya, the central character, faces economic hardships and societal challenges but remains determined to improve her life and the lives of those around her. 3. Symbolism. The natural elements in the story, such as the wind and the river, symbolize the constant messages of hope and the resilience that nature embodies. 4. Conflict. Ananya deals with various struggles, including family health issues and natural disasters like floods, which test her resolve. 5. Resolution. Despite the adversities, Ananya's unwavering spirit and hard work lead her to inspire her community and achieve her dreams. 6. Theme. The overarching theme is that resilience can be a quiet force, not always visible or loud, but present and powerful in its own right. 7. Message. The story conveys that everyone has the capacity for resilience, and it often manifests in subtle yet impactful ways. In essence, Whispers of Resilience is a metaphorical tale that celebrates the human spirit's capacity to endure and thrive despite life's challenges. It serves as an inspiration to find strength in the quiet moments of perseverance and to listen to the hopeful whispers that guide us through adversity.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today, I am talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is The Unyielding Spirit's Journey, Echoes of Triumph. In Echoes of Triumph, The Unyielding Spirit's Journey, we follow the protagonist, Arya, a young artist battling a rare and life-threatening illness. Despite her condition, Arya's indomitable spirit refuses to be quenched. Her journey is one of incredible resilience as she uses her art to communicate her inner strength and inspire those around her. Chapter 1. The Silent Symphony. Arya discovers her illness, and with it, a profound silence that falls over her once vibrant life. Chapter 2. Brush Strokes of Courage. As Arya grapples with her new reality, she finds solace and expression in painting, her brush strokes telling tales of courage. Chapter 3. Palette of Pain and Passion. Arya's art gains recognition, becoming a beacon of hope for others, even as she battles her own pain. Chapter 4. The Gallery of Grit. A prestigious gallery offers to showcase her work, challenging Arya to step beyond her comfort zone. Chapter 5. Echoes of Triumph. The exhibition opens to critical acclaim, with Arya's story resonating with many, echoing far beyond the gallery walls. Themes: the power of art as a form of communication and healing, the human capacity for resilience in the face of adversity, the impact of one individual's courage on a community. Motifs: echoes, representing the far-reaching impact of one's actions and legacy. Light and shadow, symbolizing hope amidst despair and the duality of the human experience. Character arc. Arya's character evolves from one of despair to a beacon of hope. Her journey is marked by self-discovery, acceptance, and the transformative power of resilience. The story unfolds in a small coastal town, where the sea's ebb and flow mirrors Arya's own fluctuating fortunes and spirits. Reader's takeaway: Echoes of Triumph is a testament to the enduring human spirit. It serves as a reminder that within each of us lies an unyielding strength capable of overcoming the greatest of challenges. Continuing from where Echoes of Triumph, The Unyielding Spirit's Journey, left off, Arya's story unfolds further into a tale of empowerment and community. Chapter 6, Murmurs of the Muse. Arya encounters a young musician named Eli, whose music speaks to her soul. Together, they collaborate on a project that fuses visual art with melodies, creating an immersive experience that captivates the town. Chapter 7, The Crescendo of Collaboration. The project, Synesthesia Symphony, becomes a sensation, drawing attention from far beyond the town's borders. Arya and Eli's partnership teaches them about the beauty of shared creativity and mutual inspiration. Chapter 8, Harmony in Healing. As Arya's health seesaws, the community rallies around her, organizing fundraisers and support groups. The town's collective effort not only aids Arya, but also strengthens the bonds within the community. Chapter 9, The Echo Chamber. Arya faces a critical turning point in her treatment. The uncertainty is daunting, but the echoes of triumph from her journey thus far fortify her resolve. She realizes that her story has become a source of strength for many. Chapter 10, Resonance of Resilience. In the finale, Arya's exhibition, Resonance, showcases her newest series of paintings, each a testament to a stage of her journey. The event is a profound success, and Arya's spirit, undimmed by her trials, shines brighter than ever. Epilogue. The Infinite Gallery. Years later, Arya's legacy lives on. Her art continues to inspire, and her story, a symphony of resilience, echoes through the generations, reminding all of the unyielding spirit within. This extended narrative deepens Arya's impact, exploring themes of collaboration, community support, and the enduring power of hope. It's a story that celebrates the collective human spirit and its capacity to create beauty from adversity. Chapter 11, The Symphony's Legacy. Years have passed since Arya's Resonance exhibition. Her story has inspired a movement, with people from all walks of life finding solace and strength in her art. A scholarship has been established in her name, aiding young artists who face their own battles. Chapter 12, The Canvas of Community. Arya's hometown has transformed into a hub for artists and musicians, drawn by her story and the community's embrace of the arts as a healing force. The annual Arya Festival is inaugurated, celebrating the power of art and resilience. Chapter 13, The Maestro's Echo. Eli, now a renowned composer, debuts a symphony dedicated to Arya. The piece, titled The Maestro's Echo, captures the essence of Arya's journey and becomes an anthem of hope for many. Chapter 14, The Portrait of Perseverance. Arya's influence reaches global proportions. A documentary featuring her life, art, and the Synesthesia Symphony project is released, touching hearts worldwide and sparking conversations about the role of art in healing. Chapter 15, The Unseen Masterpiece. In a poignant revelation, Arya's final series of unseen paintings is discovered. These masterpieces are a vivid chronicle of her final days, full of life, color, and undiminished passion. They are exhibited globally, leaving an indelible mark on the art world. Epilogue. The Infinite Echo. Arya's spirit lives on, not just in her art, but in the countless lives she has influenced. Her journey continues to echo through time, a testament to the unyielding human spirit and its capacity to triumph over adversity. This continuation of Arya's story encapsulates the enduring impact of her life and art. It's a narrative that goes beyond the individual, highlighting the collective power of community, legacy, and the eternal echoes of triumph. Chapter 16, The Mural of Memories. Arya's legacy is immortalized in a grand mural in the heart of the city. Artists from around the world contribute, each adding their unique touch, symbolizing the collective memory and impact of Arya's life. Chapter 17, The Harmony of Hope. A global charity event, Art for the Ages, is organized in Arya's honor. It raises funds for art therapy programs, bringing healing through creativity to those in need, and spreading Arya's message of hope and resilience. Chapter 18. The Tapestry of Tales. Arya's story becomes the subject of a best-selling novel, weaving her real-life experiences with fictional elements, creating a tapestry of tales that captivate readers' imaginations and hearts. Chapter 19. The Sculpture of the Spirit. A renowned sculptor creates a piece titled The Spirit's Flight, inspired by Arya's journey. The sculpture, depicting an ascending figure breaking free from chains, stands in the city square as a symbol of liberation and triumph. Chapter 20. The Echoes of Eternity. The Arya effect is studied by sociologists who analyze how her story has altered societal views on illness, art, and the human spirit. Her journey becomes a subject in academic curricula, inspiring future generations. Epilogue. The Gallery of the Universe. Decades later, Arya's art and story have become part of humanity's cultural heritage. Exhibitions in space colonies display her work, sharing her unyielding spirit with the universe. Her echoes of triumph reverberate, timeless and boundless. This extension of Arya's narrative explores the everlasting impact of her spirit on society and culture, illustrating how one person's life story can become a beacon for humanity's collective journey towards hope and triumph. In the vast expanse of history, there are stories that echo through time, touching our hearts and stirring our souls. These are the stories of individuals who refused to surrender to the hardships of life, who transformed their pain into power and their struggles into triumphs. Let's embark on a journey through the lives of three such extraordinary individuals. 1. Helen Keller, a beacon of light in darkness. Imagine a world without sound or sight, where darkness and silence envelop every moment. This was the reality for Helen Keller, born in 1880 in Alabama. Afflicted by an illness at just 19 months old, Keller was left both deaf and blind. But amidst this profound darkness, a light emerged. With the guidance of her devoted teacher, Anne Sullivan, Keller learned to communicate through touch and sign language. Each touch, each gesture, became a bridge to the world around her. Through sheer determination, Keller transcended her disabilities, conquering the impossible. Her journey was not without its challenges, but she persisted. Keller became the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree, a testament to the power of resilience and the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. 2. Nelson Mandela, the power of forgiveness. Born in 1918 in South Africa, Nelson Mandela spent 27 years of his life imprisoned for daring to challenge injustice. Confined to a tiny cell, his body may have been captive, but his spirit remained unshackled. Mandela's imprisonment was a crucible of resilience and fortitude. Despite the brutality of his confinement, he never wavered in his commitment to justice. Locked away, he became a beacon of hope for his people, a symbol of resistance against oppression. Upon his release in 1990, Mandela emerged not as a vengeful warrior, but as a harbinger of reconciliation. He understood that forgiveness was the ultimate act of defiance against tyranny. Mandela's journey from prisoner to president embodies the triumph of forgiveness over bitterness and unity over division.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today, I'm talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is Behind Closed Doors, The Truth About the Unseen Summit. So let's start.
The Unseen Summit tells the tale of Anaya, a young mountaineer who dreams of conquering a peak that's not on any map. Despite skepticism from her peers, she believes in the legends of a mountain that appears only to those who are pure of heart and relentless in spirit. Anaya's journey begins in her small village at the foothills of the Himalayas, where elders speak in hushed tones about the mystical summit. They say it's guarded by the spirits of nature and only reveals itself during the rare alignment of the stars. Fueled by these tales and her unwavering determination, Anaya sets out on an expedition, guided by an ancient compass passed down through generations in her family. As she ascends through treacherous paths, Anaya faces not only the wrath of nature but also the doubts within her. Each step forward is a battle against her fears and the echoing voices of naysayers. But Anaya's resolve doesn't falter. She pushes through blizzards, steep cliffs, and her own limitations. One starlit night, when the cosmic dance aligns the heavens just right, Anaya finds herself at the base of a mountain she has never seen before. It stands majestic, untouched by human presence, its peak shrouded in a halo of clouds. The unseen summit, at last, unveils itself to her, acknowledging her pure intent and perseverance. The story of the unseen summit is a metaphor for the personal mountains we all face. It's a narrative of hope, encouraging us to pursue our unseen summits, the dreams that others might not see or believe in, but are very real to us. It's a reminder that the journey will be fraught with challenges, but the view from the top, the sense of achievement, is worth every hardship. This story can serve as an inspiration for those chasing their own dreams, no matter how unreachable they may seem to the rest of the world. It's a call to rise above the echoes of doubt and to keep climbing until your summit is in sight. As Anaya stands at the base of the elusive unseen summit, her heart races with anticipation and a sense of victory. But her journey doesn't end here. The true challenge lies ahead, to climb the peak that has remained untouched and unseen by the world. The ascent begins at dawn, with the first rays of sunlight casting a golden hue on the mystical mountain. Anaya feels a strange energy coursing through her veins, as if the mountain itself is beckoning her to its heights. With each step, she senses the presence of the ancient spirits that guard this sacred place. They whisper in the wind, encouraging her to continue. The climb is arduous, pushing Anaya to her limits. She encounters terrains that test her skills and resolve. Sheer ice walls demanding technical prowess, deep crevasses hiding under deceptive snow bridges, and fierce winds threatening to uproot her from the mountain's face. Yet, with each obstacle she overcomes, Anaya feels a deeper connection with the mountain. As she ascends higher, the air grows thinner, and the world below seems like a distant memory. Her thoughts are clear, focused only on the rhythm of her movement and the sound of her breath. The summit draws nearer, and with it a profound realization dawns upon her. This mountain, this unseen summit, is a mirror to her soul, reflecting her innermost desires and fears. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, Anaya reaches the summit. She stands there, alone, at the top of the world, where the sky kisses the earth. The view is beyond words. Endless ranges of snow-capped peaks, valleys painted with the palette of the gods, and the curvature of the earth on the horizon. It's a moment of pure bliss, a reward for her unwavering spirit. But the unseen summit has one last secret to reveal. As Anaya plants her flag, the ground beneath her shimmers, and the mountain reveals its true form, a city of crystal and light, hidden from the world, a sanctuary for those who dare to dream. The spirits of the mountain welcome her, and Anaya realizes that her journey was never just about reaching the top. It was about discovering a hidden part of herself and the wonders that belief can unveil. The unseen summit continues to be a story of discovery, courage, and the unyielding human spirit. It's a reminder that the greatest summits in life are often those we cannot see, but must have the faith to climb. As Anaya descends from the summit, her heart is full, yet her adventure is far from over. The city of crystal and light revealed to her at the peak is a gateway to a world of ancient wisdom and untold stories. The spirits of the mountain, recognizing her pure heart, grant her the ability to understand their timeless language. In this hidden sanctuary, Anaya meets other climbers who have reached the unseen summit throughout the ages. They are the keepers of the mountain, guardians of the world's dreams and aspirations. Each keeper shares tales of their own journeys, of summits conquered and lessons learned. Anaya listens, her soul alight with the shared bond of their experiences. The keepers tell Anaya of a looming threat, a darkness that seeks to engulf the world of dreams, to stifle the hopes of those who dare to aspire. This shadow feeds on doubt and fear, and it grows stronger with each dreamer who gives up. The unseen summit they reveal is not just a mountain, it's the beacon of dreams, the light that stands against the darkness. Anaya realizes that her journey to the summit was just the beginning. She is now part of a larger quest, to protect the beacon and inspire others to follow their dreams. The keepers bestow upon her a crystal vial filled with the light of the unseen summit, a symbol of hope and courage. With the vial as her talisman, Anaya returns to her village. She becomes a storyteller, a weaver of dreams, using the light of the summit to ignite the spark of ambition in the hearts of others. Her tales of the unseen summit spread far and wide, inspiring a new generation of dreamers to embark on their own quests. Years pass, and the world changes, but the legend of Anaya and the unseen summit endures. It becomes a beacon for all who seek to overcome the unseen challenges in their lives. And as each new dreamer reaches their summit, the light of hope grows brighter, keeping the darkness at bay. The story of Anaya and the unseen summit becomes a legend that echoes through the valleys and across the world. But legends, as Anaya discovers, are not just stories of the past, they are the seeds of the future. As the light of the unseen summit shines in the hearts of dreamers, the darkness that once threatened the world of dreams recedes. Yet it lingers at the edges, always waiting for a chance to return. Anaya knows that the beacon must be kept alive, and for that, she must pass on the mantle to someone who shares her courage and purity of heart. Years later, a young boy named Arav hears of Anaya's adventures. Inspired by her legacy, he sets out to find the unseen summit. Anaya, now an elder, sees in Arav the same spark that once ignited her journey. She entrusts him with the crystal vial, the symbol of hope, and the ancient compass that guided her. Arav's journey is different from Anaya's. The world has changed, and the path to the unseen summit is fraught with new challenges. The darkness has morphed, feeding on modern fears and doubts, casting illusions to lead dreamers astray. But Arav, guided by Anaya's wisdom and the light of the summit, overcomes each deception. When Arav reaches the summit, he doesn't find a city of crystal and light. Instead, he discovers a garden of stars, a place where every flower and blade of grass is a crystallized dream. The keepers of the mountain greet him, revealing that the unseen summit reflects the heart of each climber, showing them the beauty of their own dreams realized. Arav returns to the world below, his spirit alight with the knowledge that dreams are alive, growing and blooming in the garden of stars. He becomes a beacon, just like Anaya, spreading the light of the unseen summit, nurturing the dreams of others. The story of the unseen summit continues to unfold with each new dreamer who takes up the climb. The legend of Anaya and the unseen summit, now woven into the fabric of countless cultures, transcends time. It becomes a symbol of hope and resilience, a beacon for those lost in the shadow of their own doubts. But as with all legends, the story evolves, and a new chapter begins to unfold. In a distant land, where the mountains touch the heavens, a young girl named Lena hears the whispers of Anaya's legacy. With eyes full of wonder and a heart ablaze with curiosity, Lena feels the call of the unseen summit. It is a call to adventure, to discovery, to facing the unknown. Lena sets out on a journey that is both literal and metaphorical. She travels through ancient forests where the trees speak of history, across rivers that reflect the sky's ever-changing moods, and over plains that stretch to the horizon. With each step, Lena learns the language of the earth, the songs of the wind, and the rhythm of the stars. As Lena approaches the region where the unseen summit is said to reveal itself, she encounters a wise old woman who speaks of a new challenge. The darkness that once threatened the world of dreams has taken a new form, one that cannot be fought with light alone. It is a darkness that feeds on the disconnect between people and their dreams, thriving in the void of forgotten aspirations. The old woman reveals that the unseen summit now requires more than a single heart's purity. It needs a collective belief, a shared vision among dreamers. Lena understands that her quest is not to conquer the summit alone, but to unite the dreamers, to weave a tapestry of shared hopes that can repel the darkness. Lena returns to her people, sharing her vision and the tales of Anaya and Arav. She speaks of the Garden of Stars and the Crystal City, of the Keepers of the Mountain and the Beacon of Dreams. Her words ignite a spark that spreads like wildfire, rekindling the dreams of young and old alike. As the legend of the unseen summit spreads, it reaches the ears of a wise sage named Kavi, who resides in a secluded monastery perched on the edge of reality. Kavi, a keeper of ancient lore and a seer of hidden truths, has long awaited the emergence of a world where dreams and reality converge. Kavi descends from his solitary abode, drawn by the tales of Anaya, Arav, and Lena, and the dreamers who followed. He travels to the canvas of the unseen summit, where dreamers paint their aspirations into existence. There he finds a vibrant tapestry of hopes and visions, a living mosaic that pulsates with the collective heartbeat of humanity. The sage sees the potential of this new world, but he also perceives the delicate threads that hold it together. The darkness that once threatened the beacon of dreams has not been vanquished. It has merely changed form, becoming a subtle whisper that sows discord among dreamers, threatening to unravel the tapestry. The citadel of dreams, under Kavi's wise stewardship, flourishes into a haven for dreamers from all walks of life. It becomes a crossroads of creativity and innovation, where artists, scientists, and thinkers converge to share their visions and weave them into the fabric of reality. As the citadel grows, so does its influence. The light of the unseen summit, once a beacon for individual dreamers, now illuminates the collective consciousness. Dreams that were once personal aspirations become shared goals, and the citadel's energy radiates out into the world, dispelling shadows of doubt and fear. In this new era, the citadel sends forth emissaries of dreams, individuals imbued with the light of the summit, carrying the message of unity and hope to every corner of the globe. They travel far and wide, spreading the tales of Anaya, Arav, Lena, and Kavi, and the power of the dreamweave. One such emissary, a young poet named Rohan, ventures into lands where the darkness still lingers, where people have forgotten how to dream. With words as his tools and the light of the citadel as his guide, Rohan rekindles the dormant dreams of the people he meets. He teaches them that the unseen summit is not just a place but a state of being, where every dream has the potential to become reality. Rohan's journey leads him to a desolate village, where the people are bound by chains of despair. They have heard of the unseen summit but believe it to be a myth, a fairy tale to pacify restless hearts. Rohan, with the patience of a true dreamer, begins to weave the dreamweave around them, connecting them to the citadel's light. And as the dreamweave expands, enveloping the world in its embrace, the unseen summit reveals its ultimate truth, that every heart is a summit, every dream a peak to be reached, and every dreamer a climber on the path to the stars. The Citadel of Dreams, now a beacon of hope and unity, continues to inspire dreamers from every corner of the world. Its influence reaches even the most remote corners, touching the lives of people who had long forgotten the power of their own aspirations. In one such distant corner, a young girl named Mira lives in a community untouched by modernity, where traditions run deep and the old ways are revered. Mira, with her vivid imagination, often gazes at the night sky, pondering over the stars and the tales of the unseen summit she's heard from passing travelers. One night, as Mira watches the stars, she notices a peculiar constellation that forms the shape of a mountain. It's a celestial version of the unseen summit, and it feels as if the stars are speaking directly to her. Moved by this vision, Mira decides to share the story of the unseen summit with her people, who are skeptical but intrigued by her passionate retelling. Mira's words plant seeds of curiosity and wonder in the hearts of her community. The elders, who once dismissed the legend as mere fantasy, begin to see the truth in Mira's words. They realize that the unseen summit is not just a physical place but a symbol of the collective dreams of their ancestors. The community starts to come together, sharing their dreams and supporting each other in their pursuits. Young and old, they embark on a metaphorical journey to their own unseen summit, guided by the light of the citadel and the wisdom of the sage Kavi. They find strength in their unity, and their once-forgotten dreams start to take shape in the world around them. Mira becomes a beacon within her community, a living embodiment of the Citadel's light. Her story, like those of Anaya, Arav, Lena, and Rohan before her, becomes a testament to the enduring power of dreams and the unbreakable human spirit.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today I'm talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is Voyage to Valor, an Odyssey of Overcoming. So, let's start.
Voyage to Valor, an Odyssey of Overcoming is a tale of courage, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit. The story follows the protagonist, Arya, a young woman who faces the ultimate test of her willpower and determination. Synopsis. Arya's life is turned upside down when a sudden tragedy strikes, leaving her to navigate the treacherous waters of grief and despair. But within her, there burns a flame of hope that refuses to be extinguished. Voyage to Valor is her journey through the storms of life as she seeks to rediscover her inner strength and chart a course to a future filled with purpose and joy. Plot highlights. The calamity. Arya's world is shattered, and she finds herself lost in the darkness of sorrow. The Mentor. A chance encounter with a wise mentor ignites Arya's quest for healing and self-discovery. The challenges. Arya faces a series of trials that test her physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The revelation. In her darkest moment, Arya uncovers a profound truth about the power of resilience. The triumph. With newfound wisdom and courage, Arya rises above her circumstances, transforming her pain into a beacon of hope for others. Themes. The transformative power of adversity, the journey from darkness into light, the unyielding strength of the human spirit. Character. Arc. Arya evolves from a place of vulnerability to one of empowerment. Each challenge she overcomes serves as a stepping stone towards her ultimate realization that true valor is born from the ability to rise beyond life's echoes of pain and embrace the odyssey of overcoming. This story aims to inspire readers to believe in their own capacity to overcome life's hurdles and to find their path to valor, no matter how daunting the journey may seem. Continuing the story of Voyage to Valor, an Odyssey of Overcoming. As Arya's journey unfolds, she finds herself in the mystical land of Eldoria, a place where the echoes of valorous hearts resonate through time. Here, she encounters the Guardians of Eldoria, ethereal beings who have overcome their own trials and now guide others on their paths to enlightenment. Chapter 1. The Guardian's Gauntlet. Arya stands at the threshold of the Guardian's Gauntlet, a series of trials designed to test the mettle of those who seek true valor. With each step, she confronts illusions of her past fears, battles manifestations of her deepest insecurities, and solves riddles that challenge her intellect and wisdom. Chapter 2. The Mirror of Truth. In the heart of the gauntlet lies the Mirror of Truth, a mystical artifact that reveals the essence of one's soul. Arya gazes into the mirror and sees not her reflection, but the lives she has touched and the impact she has made. The realization dawns upon her that valor is not just a personal triumph, but a legacy that inspires others. Chapter 3. The Summit of Shadows. Emerging from the gauntlet, Arya faces the Summit of Shadows, a towering peak shrouded in darkness. It is said that only those who carry the light of valor within can illuminate the path forward. As Arya ascends, the shadows whisper doubts, but her inner light burns brighter, casting them away and revealing the path to the summit. Chapter 4. The Beacon of Eldoria. Atop the Summit of Shadows, Arya discovers the Beacon of Eldoria, an ancient flame that has guided countless souls to their destiny. She realizes that her journey was never just about overcoming her own struggles, but about becoming a beacon for others. With a heart full of courage, she ignites the beacon, sending a cascade of light across Eldoria. Chapter 5. The Voyage Home. With the wisdom of the guardians and the light of the beacon, Arya returns home, transformed. She becomes a mentor to those who are lost in their own darkness, guiding them on their voyages to valor. Her story becomes a testament to the power of overcoming, a narrative that echoes through the ages. As the story of Voyage to Valor, an odyssey of overcoming continues, Arya's influence begins to ripple through the world beyond Eldoria. Her tale of resilience and courage becomes a beacon of hope for those facing their own adversities. Chapter 6. The Seeds of Courage. News of Arya's journey reaches the distant lands of Aravale, where people live in the shadow of the towering Mount Despair. Inspired by her story, a young boy named Euron decides to face the mountain that has loomed over his village for generations. Arya, hearing of Euron's quest, sets out to guide him, teaching him the lessons she learned in Eldoria. Chapter 7. The Garden of Resilience. Together, Arya and Euron plant a garden at the base of Mount Despair, sowing seeds that Arya brought from Eldoria. These are no ordinary seeds. They bloom into flowers that shine with an inner light, piercing through the mountain's shadow. The garden becomes a symbol of hope, showing that even in the darkest places, beauty can flourish. Chapter 8. The Echoes of Valor. As the garden grows, so does its fame, drawing people from across Aravale to witness the miracle. They bring with them stories of their own struggles, and as they share, they find strength in each other. The garden becomes a sanctuary, a place where the echoes of valor resonate, empowering all who visit to face their own challenges. Chapter 9. The Summit of Voices. With the garden as their foundation, the people of Aravale unite to confront Mount Despair. Led by Arya and Euron, they embark on a journey to the summit, not to conquer the mountain, but to understand it. Chapter 10. The Light of Aravale. The people of Aravale return from the mountain changed. They begin to transform their village, using the lessons from the garden and the summit to build a community that values resilience and mutual support. As the saga of Voyage to Valor, an odyssey of overcoming progresses, Arya's legacy of courage and resilience begins to shape the world in profound ways. Chapter 11. The Symphony of Solidarity. In the wake of Arya's teachings, a movement begins to stir within the hearts of people across the globe. In the bustling city of Harmonia, a group of musicians is moved by her story. They come together to compose a symphony that captures the essence of Arya's journey, the lows of despair and the highs of triumph. The Symphony of Solidarity becomes an anthem for all those who fight their silent battles, uniting them in a chorus of shared strength. Chapter 12. The Canvas of Conviction. Word of Arya's voyage reaches the distant shores of Kritura, a land renowned for its artists and dreamers. Inspired by her resilience, a famed painter named Cora dedicates her masterpiece to Arya. The Canvas of Conviction depicts Arya standing atop the summit of shadows, her silhouette a stark contrast against the vibrant hues of dawn. It becomes an emblem of hope, encouraging all to paint their own destinies with bold strokes of bravery. Chapter 13. The Library of Legacies. Arya's story, now immortalized in books and songs, finds a home in the Library of Legacies, a grand archive in the scholarly city of Loria. Here, scholars study her journey, philosophers debate the nature of valor, and writers pen tales of those who have followed in her footsteps. The library becomes a beacon of knowledge, guiding future generations in their quests for personal valor. Chapter 14. The Festival of Flames. The impact of Arya's odyssey culminates in the Festival of Flames, an annual celebration held in Eldoria. people from all walks of life gather to share their stories of overcoming adversity. The festival is a tapestry of tales, each a spark that ignites the flames of determination in others. Chapter 15. The Constellation of Courage. Arya's influence reaches even the heavens above. On a clear night, a new constellation appears in the sky, named the Constellation of Courage. It serves as a celestial reminder of the light that can be found within the darkness, a guide for those navigating the tumultuous seas of life. Arya's story becomes a part of the very stars, an eternal testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome. Epilogue. The Eternal Odyssey. Arya's voyage becomes a timeless tale, transcending the boundaries of Eldoria and echoing into eternity. Her legacy is not confined to the pages of history, but lives on in the hearts of all who dare to dream. The Odyssey of Overcoming continues, an endless journey where each traveler finds their own path to valor, guided by the enduring echoes of Arya's voyage. And thus, the story of Voyage to Valor is never-ending, for it is a story that belongs to us all, a narrative of hope, courage, and the unbreakable will to rise above and beyond. Voyage to Valor, an odyssey of overcoming, is a story that embodies the spirit of resilience and the relentless pursuit of triumph against all odds. It's a narrative that follows the protagonist's epic journey through trials and tribulations, leading to a profound transformation. The story begins with our hero, who feels trapped in the monotony of everyday life, yearning for something more, something meaningful. The call to adventure comes unexpectedly, thrusting them into a world brimming with challenges that test their courage, strength, and willpower. As the protagonist ventures into the unknown, they encounter a series of obstacles that seem insurmountable. Each hurdle is a lesson in disguise, teaching them about their inner strength and the power of perseverance. Along the way, they meet allies and mentors who impart wisdom and provide support, helping them to navigate the treacherous path ahead. The climax of the story is a testament to the hero's growth. Faced with the ultimate challenge, they must draw upon all they have learned and overcome their deepest fears. It's in this moment of truth that the protagonist discovers the true meaning of valor. It's not about being fearless, but about facing fear and emerging victorious. Voyage to Valor, an odyssey of overcoming, is a captivating narrative that charts the journey of a protagonist who embarks on an extraordinary adventure. Facing a life of mundane routine, they are suddenly propelled into a series of trials that test their mettle. Through each challenge, they learn valuable lessons about resilience, courage, and the power of the human spirit. Allies and mentors emerge, offering guidance and wisdom that help the hero navigate through their trials. The story culminates in a defining moment where the protagonist must confront their greatest fears, leading to a discovery of what true valor means. This tale is a celebration of overcoming adversity and a testament to the enduring strength that lies within us all.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today I am talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Life. Story name is Rising Beyond the Echoes.
In the heart of the bustling city of Ambrosia, there was a small, unassuming cafe known as the Quiet Corner. It was run by a woman named Alara, whose voice had been lost to the world since birth. Despite her silence, Alara had a story that resonated with the echoes of her heart, a tale of resilience that she shared through the warmth of her smile and the comfort of her food. Alara's journey began in the shadow of her family's expectations. They were a lineage of renowned orators, and her inability to speak was seen as a blemish on their prestigious history. Yet, Alara never saw her silence as a limitation. Instead, she embraced it as a unique trait that allowed her to listen and understand the unspoken words of others. The Quiet Corner became a sanctuary for the unheard and the overlooked. Alara's silent world was filled with the clinking of coffee cups, the rustling of pages from avid readers, and the soft background music that seemed to understand the rhythm of her heart. Her cafe was a place where people came not just to escape the noise of the world, but to be truly heard. One day, a man named Adrian stumbled upon the cafe. He was a writer struggling with a severe case of writer's block, unable to find his voice amidst the cacophony of the city. In the quietude of Alara's cafe, he found his muse. Inspired by Alara's strength and the tranquil atmosphere she cultivated, Adrian began to write a novel titled Rising Beyond the Echoes, dedicating it to the woman who spoke volumes without uttering a single word. As the novel gained popularity, so did The Quiet Corner. People from all walks of life flocked to the cafe, each seeking a piece of the peace that Alara offered. They found solace in her presence, and in turn, Alara found her voice through the stories of those she served. Rising Beyond the Echoes is a story of transcending the barriers of communication and connecting with others through the universal language of empathy and kindness. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound conversations are the ones that happen without words, and the loudest messages are those that resonate through actions. Alara's story teaches us that our differences are not inadequacies, but rather the unique melodies that contribute to the symphony of human experience. And just like Alara, we all have the power to rise beyond the echoes of our past and create a harmonious future.
Chapter 1. The Quiet Corner. Alara's cafe, The Quiet Corner, stood at the intersection of two bustling streets in Ambrosia. Its unassuming facade masked the magic that unfolded within its walls. Alara, with her silver-gray hair and eyes that held galaxies of unspoken stories, welcomed each customer with a nod and a genuine smile. Her silence was her strength, a canvas upon which others painted their emotions. The cafe was a refuge for the weary souls of the city, writers seeking inspiration, artists yearning for clarity, and lost wanderers all found solace in the soft glow of the pendant lights. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the faint hum of jazz music enveloped them, cocooning them from the chaos outside. Adrian, a struggling novelist, stumbled upon the quiet corner during a torrential downpour. His umbrella dripped onto the wooden floor as he stepped inside, shaking off the rain. Alara, wiping a coffee cup with a cloth, met his eyes. There was an understanding, an unspoken pact, that transcended words. He settled into a corner booth, his laptop open, fingers poised above the keyboard. Alara placed a steaming cup of chamomile tea before him. The warmth seeped into his bones, and he began to write. Words flowed effortlessly, as if Alara's silence whispered secrets into his ears. Chapter 2. The Muse Awakens days turned into weeks, and Adrian became a regular at the cafe. He observed Alara, the way she communicated through gestures, the way her eyes sparkled when someone shared their heartache. She was a silent conductor, orchestrating conversations without saying a word. He wondered about her past, the reasons behind her silence, but dared not ask. One evening, as rain tapped against the window, Adrian shared his novel in progress with Alara. It's called Rising Beyond the Echoes, he typed on his laptop. Alara leaned in, reading the screen. Her eyes widened and she nodded. It was as if she understood the essence of his story, the struggle to find one's voice, the courage to rise above expectations. Chapter 3. The unheard symphony word spread about Adrian's novel. People flocked to the quiet corner, drawn by the legend of Alara and her silent cafe. They ordered lattes and spilled their hearts. Alara listened, her eyes reflecting their pain, joy, and longing. She became their confidant, their silent therapist. One day, a young artist named Maya arrived. Her hands trembled as she sipped her cappuccino. "I'm afraid," she whispered. "Afraid my art won't matter." Alara reached across the table, her fingers tracing invisible lines. She gestured toward the window where raindrops danced. "Listen," she seemed to say, "the rain doesn't ask if it matters. It falls because it must." Maya left with renewed purpose. Her paintings adorned the cafe walls, each stroke echoing Alara's wisdom. Chapter 4. The Loudest Silence. As Rising Beyond the Echoes climbed bestseller lists, Alara remained unchanged. She tended to her cafe, her silence a beacon for lost souls. Adrian dedicated the book to her, and readers wondered about the mysterious woman who inspired its pages. Alara's legacy extended beyond the cafe. People learned to listen, to the rustle of leaves, the beat of their hearts, and the quiet spaces between words. They discovered that sometimes the loudest messages were those left unsaid. And so, in the heart of Ambrosia, the quiet corner thrived, a sanctuary where silence spoke louder than any eloquence. Alara's story became intertwined with Adrian's novel, and together they rose beyond the echoes, leaving a mark on the world that resonated far beyond words. Feel free to continue this tale, exploring Alara's past, the impact of her cafe, and the lives she touched. Chapter 5. The Symphony of Ambrosia. The city of Ambrosia was alive with the hum of life, a symphony of sounds that Alara had learned to interpret in her own way. The quiet corner had become more than a cafe. It was a landmark, a testament to the power of silent understanding. Alara's influence was felt not just in the soothing ambiance of her establishment, but in the hearts of those who visited. Adrian's novel had brought many curious souls to the cafe, each seeking the muse that had inspired the bestseller. They found Alara, a woman whose presence was a calm in the storm, whose gestures spoke volumes, and whose silence was a language all its own. Chapter 6. The Artist's Return. Maya, the artist whose work now adorned the walls of the quiet corner, returned to the cafe with news. Her art had caught the eye of a renowned gallery owner, and she was to have her first solo exhibition. It was a dream come true, one that she owed to the silent wisdom of Alara. The night before the exhibition, Maya unveiled a new painting in the cafe. It was a portrait of Alara, capturing the serene confidence in her eyes, the subtle strength in her posture. The painting was titled Echoes of Silence, and it became the centerpiece of Maya's show, a tribute to the woman who had inspired her to embrace her voice through her art. Chapter 7. The Quiet Revolution. As the story of Alara and the quiet corner spread, a quiet revolution began. People started to value the moments of silence, to seek understanding beyond words. Book clubs, poetry readings, and silent discos found a home in the cafe. Alara's silent world was creating a ripple effect, changing the way the city communicated. A young musician named Luca, whose career had been stifled by stage fright, found his sanctuary in the cafe. He played his first note in years within its walls, encouraged by Alara's nod of approval. His music, once lost to fear, now filled the cafe with melodies that spoke to the soul. Chapter 8. The Legacy Echoes. On years passed, and the quiet corner remained a beacon in Ambrosia. Alara, now older, still ran the cafe with the same passion. Adrian had written several more books, each one inspired by the lessons learned in the cafe. Maya's art was internationally recognized, and Luca's music played on radios across the country. Alara's legacy was not in the words she never spoke, but in the lives she touched. The quiet corner was her testament to the world, a place where the echoes of silence were louder than any spoken word, where understanding was found in the quiet spaces between sounds. And so, Rising Beyond the Echoes is not just Alara's story. It's the story of every soul that found their voice in the silence of her world. It's a reminder that sometimes the most profound messages are those that are felt, not heard. The story can continue to explore the lives of those touched by Alara and the quiet corner, each chapter a new verse in the symphony of silent strength. Chapter 13. The New Dawn. With Leo and Amara at the helm, the quiet corner entered a new era. They infused the cafe with youthful energy while preserving its essence. The cafe continued to be a haven for the community, a place where the legacy of Alara, the silent guardian, would echo for generations to come. Epilogue. Beyond the Echoes. Alara's story was a testament to the power of silent strength. The quiet corner stood as a beacon of hope, a place where the echoes of the past shaped the voices of the future. And as the sun set on Ilara's chapter, the dawn of a new one promised that her legacy would continue to rise beyond the echoes forevermore. The story of rising beyond the echoes can be further expanded, exploring the lives of Leo and Amara as they carry on Ilara's legacy and the new stories that unfold within the walls of The Quiet Corner. Chapter 14. The Silent Melody. In the heart of Ambrosia, The Quiet Corner continued to hum with a silent melody, a rhythm felt by all who entered. Leo and Amara, the new guardians of the cafe, honored Ilara's legacy with every cup of coffee served and every smile shared. They introduced sign language evenings where the community came together to learn and communicate in silence, creating a symphony of hands moving in harmony. Chapter 15. The Guardian's Gift. Ilara, though retired, remained a figure of inspiration. On her 80th birthday, the city of Ambrosia celebrated her legacy. The mayor unveiled a statue in her likeness at the park opposite The Quiet Corner. It was not just a statue, but a symbol of the city's gratitude, a guardian watching over them, reminding them to listen with their hearts. Chapter 16. The Echoes of Love. Love blossomed in unexpected ways within the walls of the cafe. A young poet named Kyra found her muse in the form of a quiet painter named Finn. Their love story was a modern tale of silent courtship, where words were replaced with art and poetry, each a love letter without sound. Chapter 17. The Sound of Change. The Quiet Corner became a catalyst for change in Ambrosia. The city council, inspired by Ilara's impact, initiated Silent Sundays, a day where the city would experience hours of silence, encouraging mindfulness and reflection among its citizens. It was a bold move, but one that brought the community closer. Chapter 18. The Legacy's New Chapter. As the years passed, The Quiet Corner saw expansions, with branches opening in other cities, spreading Ilara's message far and wide. Leo and Amara, now with children of their own, watched as the legacy they inherited touched more lives, proving that silence could indeed speak volumes. Chapter 19. The Global Whisper. The Quiet Corner became a global phenomenon, a whisper that turned into a worldwide conversation about the power of silence. In every city, the cafes stood as monuments to the art of listening, each one a thread in the tapestry of Ilara's dream. Chapter 20. The Guardian's Legacy. Ilara's story was no longer just her own. It belonged to the countless individuals who found solace in her silence. Her legacy was etched into the very fabric of society, a narrative that transcended language, culture, and time. Chapter 21. The Echoes of Tomorrow. The future beckoned with the promise of a world more attuned to the unspoken. The Quiet Corner had sparked a silent revolution, one that whispered of hope, unity, and the enduring power of a quiet strength. Chapter 22. The Harmony of Hearts. The global network of The Quiet Corner cafes had become a cultural phenomenon, each location a mosaic of local customs and the universal language of silence. People from all walks of life gathered, their differences dissolving in the shared silence that spoke of unity and acceptance. Chapter 23. The Silent Guardian's New Chapter. Ilara, though no longer at the helm, remained the spiritual guide of The Quiet Corner. Her presence was felt in every gesture of kindness, every moment of silent understanding. She had started a movement that now had a life of its own, a testament to the enduring power of her vision. Chapter 24. The Echoes of Unity. As the world faced new challenges, The Quiet Corner stood as a beacon of hope. In times of strife, the cafes served as neutral grounds where conflicts were set aside, and common ground was found in the shared human experience of silence. Chapter 25. The Guardian's Wisdom. Ilara's wisdom continued to inspire. Her story was shared in schools, her approach to communication studied by scholars. She had become more than a person. She had become an idea, a philosophy that challenged the world to listen more and speak less. Chapter 26. The Quiet Corner's Legacy. The Quiet Corner had become a legacy that transcended its founder. It was a living, breathing community where silence was not just an absence of noise, but a presence of deeper connection. It was Ilara's gift to the world, a gift that kept on giving.
Welcome to my YouTube channel, Aim High. Today I am talking about motivational or inspiring thought for Inspire Your Live Life. Today's story name is The Courageous Canvas, Inspiring Art Transformation in a Gray Town. So let's start.
The Courageous Canvas tells the tale of a young artist named Arya, who lived in a small, colorless town, where creativity was not just undervalued, but also frowned upon. Despite the town's rigid ways, Arya's spirit refused to be stifled. Her home was a secret garden of vibrant hues, a stark contrast to the gray outside. Arya's passion for art was ignited by her grandmother, who had once been a renowned painter. Her grandmother's stories of a world filled with color and beauty inspired Arya to dream of painting a mural that would breathe life into the town's barren walls. One day, Arya decided it was time to share her vision. She chose the largest wall in the town square and began her work before dawn. As the sun rose, so did the townspeople's curiosity. They watched, mesmerized, as Arya's brushes danced across the canvas, her strokes bold and fearless. The mural depicted a phoenix rising from ashes, symbolizing rebirth and the power of hope. The colors were so vivid that they seemed to leap off the wall, casting a spell over the onlookers. The townspeople, who had never seen anything like it, were initially resistant, but as the mural neared completion, their hearts softened. Arya's courage to express herself sparked a transformation. The once dreary town became a kaleidoscope of expression as others followed her lead, painting their own stories on the walls. The Courageous Canvas was no longer just a mural. It was a movement, a testament to the power of art to inspire change and awaken the dormant spirit of a community. Arya had not only changed the face of the town, but had also painted a path to its soul. As the town transformed, so did the lives of its inhabitants. The once muted streets now echoed with laughter and chatter. People who had never spoken to each other shared stories and brushes, painting side by side. The town square, once empty, was now a canvas of community and creativity. Arya's mural had ignited a spark that turned into a flame. The town's children, who had only known a world of gray, now played in a maze of murals, their imaginations as bright as the colors around them. The elders, who had spent their lives in conformity, found a new youth as they picked up brushes, their hands trembling not with age but with excitement. The town's renaissance caught the attention of the world. Visitors came from far and wide, not just to see the Courageous Canvas, but to experience the town's rebirth. Art enthusiasts, travelers, and dreamers walked the vibrant alleys, each turn a new discovery, each mural a story. Arya, once a solitary figure against a gray backdrop, now stood at the heart of a community pulsing with life. Her dream had become their reality. The town had become a destination, a place where art was not just seen, but lived. But the story didn't end there. Arya had one more dream. She envisioned a festival, a celebration of art and unity, where every year, artists from around the world would come to the town to add their stories to the walls. The Festival of Colors became an annual event, symbolizing the town's journey from obscurity to vibrancy. The festival was a time of joy, a time when the air was thick with the scent of paints and the sound of music. It was a time when the town didn't just display art, it became art. And at the center of it all was the Courageous Canvas, a reminder that courage and color could change the world, one stroke at a time. The Festival of Colors became a beacon of hope and unity, drawing not just artists but also peacemakers and visionaries. It was here, amidst the laughter and the vivid streaks of paint, that a new idea was born, a global art project called the Mosaic of Humanity. Arya, with her town's support, reached out to cities across the world, inviting them to create their own murals, each one a piece of a larger puzzle. The project aimed to connect people from different cultures and backgrounds, creating a visual tapestry that spanned continents. As murals were completed, they were digitally cataloged and assembled into an interactive online mosaic. Each mural could be explored in detail, with stories and messages from the creators. The project was a testament to diversity and unity, showing that despite differences, humanity could come together to create something beautiful. Back in the town, Arya's mural had become a pilgrimage site for aspiring artists. It was no longer just a symbol of change, it was a mentor, silently teaching the lessons of bravery and expression. Arya herself took on apprentices, eager to pass on the knowledge and passion her grandmother had instilled in her. The town's transformation was now complete. It had become a hub of art, culture, and education, where every street corner was a classroom and every wall a lesson in history, hope, and courage. The courageous canvas had started as one girl's dream, but it had grown into a global message, a message that art is a language that speaks to all, and through it, the world can be remade. As the Mosaic of Humanity project flourished, Arya's town became a symbol of global unity. The annual Festival of Colors drew not just artists, but also leaders and activists who saw the power of art in bringing about social change. The festival became a platform for discussions on global issues, where every painted wall served as a backdrop for seminars and workshops. The town's alleys and squares buzzed with ideas and solutions, as people from all walks of life came together to make a difference. Environmentalists collaborated with artists to create murals that depicted the beauty of untouched nature, urging for action against climate change. Social activists worked with local communities to paint stories of hope and resilience, highlighting the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Arya watched as her town turned into a living museum, a place where every corner held a story. Every building was a monument to human creativity. The once silent nights were now filled with the sounds of open-air concerts and poetry readings, where the words of poets and the melodies of musicians were woven into the fabric of the night. The town's transformation had a ripple effect, inspiring other towns and cities to follow suit. The courageous canvas had sparked a global movement, where art became a bridge between cultures, a language that everyone could understand and speak. Arya's dream had transcended her own aspirations. It had become a legacy, a testament to the fact that one person's courage could indeed change the world. The story of the courageous canvas and Arya's transformative art had sown seeds of change far beyond her own town. As the Mosaic of Humanity project connected people across the globe, a new narrative began to unfold, one of solidarity and shared dreams. In a world often divided, the murals became symbols of a common ground. They were more than just art. They were dialogues etched in color, speaking of unity, love, and the shared human experience. Each piece told a story, each brushstroke was a voice, and together they sang a chorus of harmony. Arya's vision had transcended borders, inspiring a wave of art ambassadors, artists who traveled to teach, learn, and collaborate. They carried with them the spirit of the courageous canvas, spreading the message that creativity could be a catalyst for change. The town, once a quiet corner of the world, now thrummed with the heartbeat of a global community. It was a place where every season brought new faces, each eager to leave their mark on the ever-evolving mural of life. The walls of the town were a living history book, with each new painting a chapter, each artist a storyteller. And as the years passed, Arya's legacy grew. The Festival of Colors became a tradition, a time-honored celebration that drew not just artists, but families, friends, and strangers who would leave as companions. It was a time when differences were set aside and people found commonality in the stroke of a brush, the blend of a color, the beauty of a shared vision. The courageous canvas had started as a single mural, but it had become so much more. It was a reminder that courage could be contagious, that art could speak louder than words, and that a small town could teach the world a lesson in bravery and beauty. And at the center of it all was Arya, the girl who dared to dream in color. The courageous canvas appears to be a story that revolves around themes of art and belief, set in a small town. It's about a character named Lily who overcomes self-doubt to pursue her passion for painting. While I couldn't find a detailed explanation of the story, it seems to emphasize the importance of courage and self-belief in the face of adversity, much like the stories of bravery and overcoming fear found in various motivational tales. If The Courageous Canvas is a specific story you're referring to, and you need a more detailed explanation, could you provide more context or details about the story? This would help me give you a more accurate and comprehensive explanation.